we will go directly to the report of the Auditor General. The committee directed the county to ensure they submit relevant and certified documents to the OAG, and the committee resolved to defer consideration of the report to allow the auditors to fully verify supporting documents. And Auditor, you have confirmed that this time round the county has responded in good time.
Yes, Chair.
If that is the case, we will not revisit the issue that we have made a resolution on, so we shall go straight to the report of the Auditor General. So the first one, the variance between cash book and financial statements. I think this one, Auditor General, you have demonstrated to us that you are satisfied with the resolution?
Yes, Chair.
On the second issue on undisclosed balance and unsupported expenditure of COVID-19 funds, you had also indicated that the supporting documentation is satisfactory.
Yes, Chair.
On unsupported accounts payable balance, there was the issue of retention monies owed to contractors, and the supporting documents had not been provided.
Chair, this was subsequently provided.
The supporting documents for the accounts payable schedule or the ledger is provided for at appendix number 2.
Yeah, Senator Chute.
I wanted to ask the governor, there is this issue of pending bills, which is 53 million. And this is not pending bills, it's retention money. And this retention money belongs to the contractors. It's not the government money. Do they have that money on that particular date?
Mr. Chairman, we have the monies, and of course, as is due, these monies keep getting paid to the contractors. Yes, this is a matter which gets attention from time to time.
So there's a retention account for that particular
Yes.
purpose?
Yeah,
Very well.
we have.
I think maybe, Auditor, one of the better places to have looked at would have been the balances in the retention account to confirm whether that money is there, rather than just a schedule. Was that tested?
Yes, Chair. We examined the ledger, which is here in appendix 2.
Is there a retention account? Is that a standalone account?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have a standalone, a loan account.
So, Auditor General, did you test the balances in that retention account? Did you see a certification of that account? Is it a yes or no?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
And so you can confirm that the monies that have been listed in this ledger are in the account?
It is accurate.
Okay.
Chair, does he have that statement, copy of that statement from the bank?
Auditor General?
Okay, the same as we don't have it at the moment, but it is in our audit management system, in our working papers.
You had a bank certificate?
Yes.
Not just a bank statement?
I can guarantee that.
Okay. Let's move to issue number 3.0.
The computation of the financial statements amounts using IFMI's chart of account codes relating to compensation of employees total to 2,459,789,378 shillings, resulting to a variance of 91,990,169 shillings. Consequently, the compensation of employees' expenditure is overstated by 91,990,169 shillings.
The difference of Kenya shillings 91,990,169 between the reported balance of Kenya shillings 2,551,779,547 and Kenya shillings 2,459,789,378 pulled from IFMI's charts of accounts by audit is directly attributable to three categories of expenditure on compensation of employees that had been budgeted for under development vote, as shown here under. 1. Stipends for Marsabit County interns, Kenya shillings 60,769,000. 2. Cash or wages for solid waste collectors, 16,200,000. Finally, salaries and wages for vocational training instructors, Kenya shillings 15,021,169. And for the audit to arrive at the reported balance, they require to run both the recurrent and development votes, Mr. Chairman.
We proceed then to the county revenue issues. I think the first thing was underreporting of receipts. Auditor General, what is your view on this finding?
Paragraph 4.1, county owned generated receipts.
No, question is, because of time, it's already one.
Yes.
Is this variance of 1.4 still unexplained?
It's explained.
Governor, can you show us where that has been explained? Because we need to see a schedule.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, it's at Appendix 4.1, page 287.
Okay, explain that to us.
Yeah, I will ask Director Dabaso to explain that.
Thank you, Chair. The amount in question relate to collection by Marsabit Referral Hospital. The collections were done on 2nd of July, 2021. The receiver of revenue was furnished with this by the hospital. However, the collections do not relate to the financial year under review. That's why the accountant reconciled and used the right amount. So the collection of amounting to 1.4 million does not relate to the financial year under review.
Auditor General, what's your take?
We were satisfied with the explanation, Chair.
Okay, we will then leave it at that and scrutinize whatever has been presented and make our recommendations accordingly. Unaccounted for land rates.
Records maintained by the Lands Office revealed that 9 registers used in the collection and recording of land rates were not updated and the rates payable were not indicated.
The Chairman, Marsabit County uses 9 land registers to record collection of land rates. These registers are updated when the payments are made. The management has reviewed the aforementioned registers and noted that all registers are updated as required. For clarity, Mr. Chairman, you can refer to Appendix 4.2 on the attached updated sample land registers.
Why 9 registers?
Why we have 9 registers in Marsabit is because we mostly dwell on the zones as they are categorized. And of course, this includes the areas under our municipality and those outside Marsabit municipality, which includes the towns of Northern and Laisamis. So that's basically why we have these 9 registers.
How does this relate with your valuation role?
Thank you, Chair. We have not undertaken valuation role as a county, but we intend to do that in the coming year.
Let's go to the uncollected market stall rents. Again, on-source revenue matters. We had a problem here. Without reading the issue, Governor, the Auditor General reports that there was a moratorium that excluded SACU sub-county markets from rent.
Indeed, that waiver took place, and that was the period when the country faced the COVID-19 outbreak. Businesses came to a standstill. There were no operations in the county. So, Mr. Chairman, on humanitarian ground, we felt that we should waive for 6 months collection of these rates, simply on humanitarian ground.
The department guarantees structural owners of protection of their interests, while on their part, the owners will support construction of the new market by voluntarily bringing down the existing old structures to the market. Was this the core reason why you decided to give them the waiver, or this was as a result, an eventual event that took place, or were the two mixed?
This was an agreement with the stall's owners where the county wanted to put up a modern market. So we negotiated for them to be able to give up that space. The agreement is very clear that for a certain period, we will have excused them from charging the normal levies that we normally charge. But then came also the COVID-19 pandemic. So these are two main issues, coupled with the agreement that we already had, then plus that disaster. That is why there was that waiver.
What is the status of this market, considering, Governor, this agreement was done in 13 June 2015?
On the status, Mr. Chairman, the market has now been completed. It is functional and operational, and issues of non-collection or something like that does not arise anymore.
Is this then the only market in Marsabit? Because COVID was biting in every part of Marsabit and in every part of Kenya. So I imagine that this waiver should have been to traders, not specific traders of a certain market. What became of the other markets, and why were they not enjoying this kind of a waiver?
For SACU specifically, because it was being constructed there, modern market was being constructed at SACU.
Even that invalidates your other this one of COVID.
I'm coming to it. So that is why specifically that agreement is for SACU. We were doing a modern market at SACU. But for the pronouncement and the waiver, which I said I did because of the disaster that we faced, was not limited to SACU. It was for the whole county and all businesses.
We then go to issue number 5 on payment of casual wages. Auditor General, have you been able to get supporting documentation on the casual wages?
Yes, Chair, we got supporting documents on 157 casuals that were there for 7 months.
Governor, could you explain to us why these records were not provided to the Auditor General at the time of audit?
Duly authorized payment vouchers and other supporting documents for the transactions on casuals engaged in collection of waste in SACU sub-county is attached for your review at appendix number 5.
Members, the next issue is on expenditure on basic salaries, the payment of ECD teachers, 131 ECD teachers. Auditor General, are you now, has that expenditure now been accounted for?
Yeah, this has been accounted for. So it's
are the ECD teachers now in the main payroll, or they are still being paid manually, Governor?
Mr. Chairman, the ECD teachers were paid via manual payroll due to lack of personal numbers. However, the county government of Marsabit has since managed to request and obtain approval of personal numbers for all the 131 ECD teachers and successfully integrated them into the Integrated Personnel and Payroll Database, IPPD system. And for your reference, Appendix 6 on the list of ECD teachers with personal file numbers will provide these details, Mr. Chairman.
Auditor General.
Chair, we confirm, we verified Appendix 6 and we are satisfied with it.
Apologies, honorable members, we must move. Unsupported stipends for interns. Governor, was there a budget for these interns?
Mr. Chairman, there was sufficient budget for the interns. And what was questioned was the people, the beneficiaries, for which we have provided, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, I also wanted to know, we have 60 million here. That was the advantage from development money to salaries. So initially, I want to ask the governor, initially, where did you get the budget from? There must be a budget that you've allocated for salaries and all payments for both ECD teachers and other employees.
The payments related to stipends for interns engaged under Marsabit Youth County Service Program. The interns were competitively recruited by the County Public Service Board as per the criteria set out in the advert and were deployed countywide based on the need analysis. Attached, please find the indents, adverts for the recruitment, long list, short list, and list of successful interns, and sample of appointment letters from every sub-county as provided for your review under Appendix 7. Mr. Chairman.
You have addressed everything with the exception of the budget.
Yes. I was coming to that, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I was saying this budget was arrived at following public participation throughout the 20 wards.
Issue number 8, unsupported expenditure on use of goods and services. On the first issue, 3.4 million paid to officers and participants as per diems. Auditor General, were the supporting documents provided?
8.1.
8.1, yeah.
Yeah, the supporting documents were provided, Chair. These are in Appendix 8.1.
8.2, you indicated dissatisfaction.
The validity and value for money for the expenditure of 10,346,700 shillings for the year ended 30th June 2021 would not be confirmed.
The county officials applied for their interest to undertake authorized activities, but due to funding challenges, their requests were not facilitated on time. The officers sought and obtained approval for reimbursement of the cost incurred during the implementation of their official activities. The supporting documents for the expenditure in question are attached for your review. The expenses related to the costs incurred during public participation forums for the development of financial year 2021-2022 CFSP, CPROP, and social protection policy stakeholder engagement meetings, evidence at Appendix 8, Roman 2, Mr. Chairman.
So issue number 5 was insurance costs. There was a 55 million for comprehensive medical cover for 493 staff. Governor, the only thing that is missing here is evidence of cover of 1,681 staff.
The county comprehensive medical cover was designed to cover for 493 staffs who were on job group L and above. The remaining 1,681 lower cadre staffs were covered under NHIF Comprehensive National Scheme cover for civil servants. For details, Mr. Chairman, you may refer to Appendix number 8, Roman 5.
I think then we should not take too much time on this. Let's go to this purchase of success cards.
Mr. Chairman, the procurement documents and list of beneficiary schools relating to supply and delivery of the success cards to schools within the county are provided for your review at Appendix number 9. We bought the cards and the sets, as you are saying, but not only the cards, Mr. Chairman. Marsabit County has had one of the most robust scholarship programs to motivate the performance in the county. Mr. Chairman, you can't imagine the number of very poor, bright students who have benefited from that scholarship program, Mr. Chairman. So it's not only the success cards. We do much more than that. The construction of ECD classrooms. We have done very many ECD classrooms across the county, Mr. Chairman. The impression might be created that we only limited our support to the success. It's just but one of the items that we undertook.
We expect that governors are the fathers of the county. So when children are going to have exams, you will buy success cards. Don't because we operate in a political environment.
Thank you.
I also face those pressures.
The next one is quite significant, unsupported procurement of relief food.
Mr. Chairman, the supporting documents for the supply and delivery of cereals, pulses, and miscellaneous foodstuffs are provided for your review at Appendix number 10. Mr. Chairman, in northern counties, unlike the rest of the counties, every so often, rains fail, people starve, sometimes almost to death. The livestock that they have, like what we experienced during the other severe drought, perish. So since this is a known, clearly known problem, which is happening year in, year out, as the executive, we felt we need to provide for such kind of instances so that our people will not suffer.
So these pulses, under what framework or what type of procurement arrangement were they obtained?
As chairman, we use framework agreement to procure for relief food. Thank you.
What does that mean?
That means that we do open tender for the procurement of relief food. Then we shortlist bidders who the accounting officer will use mini competition or direct call-off when there is an urgent need.
Even as we go to 1.0 on issue number 11, unaccounted for motor vehicles, Auditor General, you now have the logbooks for the motor vehicles?
Yes, Chair, the response is satisfactory.
Senator Chute, we had asked you to, if there's a project that you feel we need to focus on, then we can put the question to the governor.
Whatever they've said that it has gone to development, that is what we want to see. I want the committee to see.
Governor, what is the actual expenditure on development?
On the question before us, Mr. Chairman, I'll bring it out as follows. The project implementation and completion was delayed by insecurity within the county and impact of COVID-19 pandemic during the financial year 2020-2021. Management confirms as follows. Number one, the project's worth Kenya shillings 564,983,835 reported as ongoing have since been completed and are in use. The project's worth Kenya shillings 39,410,886, which were reported as completed but not in use, are all currently in use. The project's worth Kenya shillings 54,656,806 that were initially reported as not started have since been completed, while Kenya shillings 180,191,344 were abandoned due to budgetary constraints, Mr. Chairman. Further, you may find an updated project programs implementation status summary report reconciling variance noted in development budget for financial year 2020 and 2021 for your reference at Appendix OM1, Mr. Chairman.
Out of your schedule, there's a fish factory at Loyangalani. You have marked it as complete. Is it complete, in use, and value for money? Governor.
Mr. Chairman, this is a very painful experience, and I'll explain to you. That fish factory is one of our flagship projects that we initiated. It's one of the projects I promised the people of Loyangalani out of need, because we had, or we still have, a huge lake which is being underutilized. People are suffering. We wanted to solve their problem. We constructed that fish factory. It was completed, only awaiting equipping, Mr. Chairman. Unfortunately, Mr. Chairman, the lake level, rose to an unimaginable proportion. So it's something which I will invite even the committee to come and appreciate. A lot of disaster has been caused, not only the fish factory, even the establishments which have been there before, the fish officer office, other equipments, a cold room, which was provided for and equipped by European Union, and many other assets, Mr. Chairman, were swallowed. Those are matters beyond our control. They were situated over a kilometer away from the lake. That is the situation in which we are.
We are in this situation now. What are we going to do for the people of Loyangalani to make sure that they get the same factory or similar one completely far away from the lake?
Thank you very much.
That's important.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I am happy to report that we have had a discussion with the government of Netherlands. We have agreed, actually, and signed an MOU whereby they are going to fund a program called Realizing Full Potential of Lake Turkana, a program that will cost to the tune of about 1.3 billion. That MOU has already been signed, and issues to do with fish is what we are concentrating on in that program, and God willing, very soon this problem will be sorted out.
Honorable members, because of time, we have done very well on the financial statement issues, and I believe that we have interrogated almost every single matter raised under the financial statements, and that led to the adverse opinion.
I want to thank the government, the governor, and all of us for availing ourselves. What I wanted to do is to call upon also through you, Chair, the fourth estate to be always here, so that we can work through, and I'm happy they are here today, so that we go through what the governor presents, so that they don't report beforehand. Because I remember the last time there was a report in some section of media that the materiality and the application of more than 8 billion concerning Marsabit County government. So I think media in future should be here so that they can also go through us. And I think this committee has done very well. Where an accountability has not been made, we have always pronounced to that effect. So, Chair, I thank the fourth estate, but also they need to join us so that we go through it, so that they don't misrepresent facts outside there. I thank you.
You cannot have the media announcing that you have actually misappropriated 8 billion shillings. And that is where we are, that we are very seized of these issues. For us, we have decided to go very professional. And I hope that next time when we come, Governor, we will have a report which is fair, which is just, so that the people of your county can be happy that you are actually managing it. Thank you.
You've come a bit more better prepared. I have seen the manner in which you put the documentation together. It has been easy to follow conversations.
I stand guided what the Honorable Committee has in its wisdom directed, and will comply by those directions. And I'm very grateful the committee has brought out some misleading reportings. Last time, Mr. Chairman, we were reflected in very bad light that we were unable to account for 8.2 billion. It was carried in some mainstream media, which is misreporting, and it's very unfortunate. The issues we have are no more audit reports which we have engaged, and I'm grateful the way you've handled us honorably. We will abide by what you have directed, but I will request the media people to be responsible in their reporting. Thank you very much.
Senator Chute.
Thank you very much, Chair. Let me also take this opportunity to thank the Governor and his team for coming here today, prepared better than before. I have an office here. This is not my office, it's Marsabit County office. The Governor can visit and say hi to.
I am very happy that we have had a civil engagement. And those perceptions and fears that governors have, that when they come to the Senate, their senators are going to embarrass them, I can assure you that as long as I am the chair and these honorable men and women are in this committee, we shall carry out our proceedings in a dignified and respectful manner. This session today has heard and listened to the mitigation of the governor for Marsabit, and I must say that today we are seeing more evidence as opposed to our first meeting. If we proceed this way, then I believe we'll be moving from the adverse opinions, and at some point Marsabit will be in unqualified opinion territory. We look forward to that day. Thank you. The meeting is adjourned.